takes me to the question.
Every day is an opportunity to say thank you for the life that we are given. It's an opportunity to sow back into the future that we hope to receive. And today is Saturday. Rise and shine. My name is Uyai Anek, and I am super delighted to be here again to bring you entertainment just from all over the world. That is what we do here on Saturday.
And I am Frank Cesare, glad to welcome you to Rise and Shine Saturday. And of course, as usual, we are going to take you around the world of entertainment. Relax and bring up that hot cup of tea, maybe that juicy, milky, plate of akamu.
I should do that today.
Hot akara, with garnishing. If you must say, garnishing with bread, fresh bread though.
Of sugar, and then when the akamu is still the akara is still bringing out smoke, and you're like, I would look for that. So please, any vendor around, please wait for me after
I have. There's this old lady beside my house, and she does wonders. Her akara is. Mwah.
Are you serious?
Like if you have it. Oh my goodness!
You need to
you
place
have
an
to
order.
be coming back every
you need to
other
place
morning.
an order for me. Once we go on the first break.
Unfortunately, she's not on any social media platform, so we can't do a booking right now.
This is around chairs, catching up with the chairs that they didn't do all week long. But overall, usually weekends are the times that you look at your scale of preference, the things that your goals for the week. Did you achieve them? How was the week like?
Last week was funny. Very, very. It was almost wasted because of malaria.
Don't worry, malaria day is coming for you.
Thankfully for me, I'm up a little bit stronger, and yeah, it's fun all the way. It's fun. I mean, those days just comes once in a while. But yeah, I'm back.
You're back. Good to have you back. Welcome to Rise and Shine. Let us do all the entertainment. Just what's been happening in the entertainment space. I think like my big Twitter social handles, right? Twitter social handles of our celebrities, David Joe, Burna Boy, and I also saw this Big Brother, ex-Big Brother housemate also, what is his darling name, Perry, complaining that Elon Musk should carry his bluebird away. Now the reason why Elon Musk removed, or Twitter, but Elon Musk removed their bluebird is because they defaulted in paying for their verification, fee. But alas, this is never the story that we want to start from. But it was just funny. Because unlike it is not be scammed and people not be scammed with their faces and all of those things. But now Elon Musk is just saying, I mean, if you want a bluebird, just buy a bluebird and pay verification fee and everyone's going to be fine. So there's really going to be nothing that really, really demarcates a public figure's page with, every other person's page. And I think that is worrisome. But then I want to start this day with a very, very happy story. I don't know how many of you saw this video trending during the week, but it was absolutely heartwarming. Last week we had told you that Britain's Got Talent had returned with season 2 to show us their skills. And if we talk heartwarming, the video you are about to see is something that is good for the heart. My God, like if you have been stressed from the beginning of this week, this is this is my gift to you to relax you. I'm gonna be massaging you with dance right now. But then we had these ghetto kids, mostly orphans who stay in the home together somewhere in Uganda, come on the platform of Britain's Got Talent, and it was an absolutely beautiful scene to see. All right then, let's take away this video.
Guys, hi Simon.
How are you doing?
We are good. We are so excited.
So tell everybody where you're from and what brings you to Britain's Got Talent today.
Okay. We are from you.
Have you brought anyone with you?
Mr. Kavma Dauda.
Is he there?
Yes.
Can you say hi? Can we say hi?
Yeah, go on, please do.
Hi, Hi. Oh, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Tell us a little bit about this group.
I have 30 kids that I'm taking care of. Some are orphans. We are using music, dance, and drama to make lives better.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Bless you, darling. That's incredible.
Ghetto Kids is like an orphanage in Uganda. We are 30 kids living in one house. We are one big family. Before, I was living on the streets of Kampala. Being part of the Ghetto Kids has all be happy. Mr. Kavma Dauda, we call him Dad. He's not our real father, but he's the one who takes care of all of us.
Ghetto Kids is all about making their lives better through paying their school fees, feeding, hospital. It's a happy place because it's all about making lives better through dance.
Because of him, that's why we go to school. That's why we are healthy. Because of him, that's why we are here.
This is the first time for the kids to be in London and they are so excited.
What do you think London's like?
London is cold. It's freezing. Happy. We are so excited.
Well, we're all rooting for you, and the stage is yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, look. Oh. Yeah! Oh! Oh! La Francia, Colombia, me gusta. Ivaldo, Libulia, me gusta. Los DJ no mienten, le gusta a mi gente y eso se fue muy bien. No le bajamos balón. I have to do it now.
In the middle of an act.
We've never had that before. Look at this! Oh yeah! Come on! Yeah, show it to me! Yeah! Oh!
Amazing, 100% deserved.
The confetti, it was magical. And by the way, who's this little one?
My name is Josephine.
Hello, Josephine. How old are you, Josephine?
5 years.
I just want to say, you're absolute, and the energy in the room and joy is incredible. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Your talent is unbelievable. And it felt to me like you really raised the bar on Britain's Got Talent. So well done.
I was literally exploding, I'm telling you. You should be proud of yourself. I can't wait to see you back. That's all I can say.
I think it's incredible that you're so young. You've before. So normally,
I had no idea.
we kind of talk and then they sort of wait for our reaction and then you press that. Don't normally.
You are that good, they couldn't wait till the end.
What are the kids? Hey, go! You were all amazing. I mean, your confidence. Guys, you're professional. You should come to Hollywood. Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, they are fantastic. You know, when you're a performer, you get inspired by other people, but you always have to give your own imprint that makes you unique and special. Go and celebrate.
If that didn't bring out some tears in your eye, we need to check your emotional bank. Someone has tampered with it, because all the joy that was, that it was pressed
In the middle.
in the middle of a performance, and what it means when a golden buzzer is pressed for performance is the fact that the ghetto kids from Uganda got right in the middle of their presentation on Britain's Got Talent. And like we said, this video has continued to give a lot of people joy. It's something to really, really smile about. Each of the children came with the confidence that is unmatched for a platform, their element. They felt like they were dancing in their home in Uganda, and that was absolutely beautiful.
Well, the truth of the matter is that it's not about where you're coming from, it's about where you're headed, because your background cannot be a limitation. And that's the spirit that this kid brought live on stage. That's the spirit that they represent. And and then what would have expected is just going to be the the usual Michael Jackson break dance. They started off, they started off with that, and then all of a sudden they just kind of turned that magic around and brought a complete fusion of the Michael Jackson kind of dance, the Afro hip, and oh, come on, it was just amazing. It was creatively done, and I could see these kids who are not just dancing for dancing's sake. They were dancing. It's been phenomenal. I mean, if anything, for me at this point, it's quite emotional, and I'm hoping that they go all the way down to win this year's edition of Britain's Got Talent. And that would do a lot for not just these kids, but all of them. Like they said at the beginning of the video, it's a community of Gators kids. So if one person is happy, all of them are happy. If one person is sad, all of them are sad. So if they got to win this, it would also go to be a because all of those things will definitely require the young man who's putting this together. And for me, the young man is a great source of inspiration, particularly to young men of this generation.
We also must not forget to say thank you to, their daddy. Like, they call him.
The daddy.
Some people have a very rare gift of bringing together and putting joy on the faces of the less privileged, a man that young being able to put together 30 children in a house, feed them every day, send them to schools, foot their hospital bills. It was first of all his initiative before he even began to have sponsors. So he must first of all be thanked, and that amount of gifting and giving back to the world, because he's given those children an opportunity to fly. As their father, he was the person who saw their gift and said, okay, these children can be on Britain's Got, Talent. Took the time to train them, all of those things. It's a representation of who he is as a person. And I believe that he needs all the accolades, Upon watching that video, I was just like, I hope that, this Ghetto Kids Home gets to have more sponsors and people look into the affairs with them. I mean, it's rare to get the golden buzzer, and they did that. I mean, within 2 minutes into their performance, that was surreal for a lot of persons. But moving on from these amazing, colorful kids, we see the fact that Twitter, the microblogging platform, has removed the verification badges for Davido, Burna Boy, Wizkid. There is also a listing that has the president-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The fact that non-payment of their verification subscription fee. Of course, a few weeks ago, Twitter's chief executive officer Elon Musk had announced that an end was coming to the free blue badge, and the final date for the free blue badge removal was April 20th. So with these, these badge former housemates that reacted to the removal of the blue badges from their official website. That's not a website. Official
from
pages.
the accounts.
Yeah, from the accounts. So, but that's worrisome. Like I said, that one thing that made us, easily my page to be verified.
Yeah, that's what it means. Well, for Elon Musk, it's always been business.
Yeah,
so,
look at the back end. It's just looking for
another way to make money.
Guys.
I mean, it's another way to stay on top as one of the world richest. It's another way to keep the box rolling in. And who best to go after other than the celebrities? I mean, these are the guys that are going to care more about their account being verified than this persons have also contributed to the microblogging side. I mean, their presence has also contributed to a lot of traffic. So they should be given a lot of consideration, in as much as, yes, it's business. And you've come out to say a long time ago, it's going to be pay as you go. I mean, for people whose account needs to be verified and stay verified. But then it's not something for you to just wake up and begin to embarrass people who have also contributed to what your site is. For all we know, there are other persons who are trying to bring up a lot of other microblogging sites, and it could spiral, go up to other platforms and make it all a lot bigger. And you know the way fans are with celebrities. When the celebrities begin to migrate, the fans will follow.
Yeah, and you know that they're expected to pay $5,000 monthly. So multiply $5,000 times 12. Then again, you're also looking at the fact that yes, is your business. You're trying to turn everything into business, but what's the guarantee that most of these people will want to pay to be verified? I know that there's going to be a couple of people that want to keep in that class, but at the end of the day, I think it's going to defeat a lot. And then if we have the likes of Perry, if we have more people who are like the likes of Perry, like $5,000 times 12 in a year, I think
that's $60,000.
$60,000 converted to Nigerian.
Oh my! I don't want to look at that figure this morning. I don't want to look at it.
That's just it. But well, Elon Musk is Elon Musk. He likes to bring controversy around his businesses. We are going to see how this particular story develops, because if this was on the 20th, today is the 21st, we are going to begin to see a lot more, like thousands of accounts are going to be unverified. And then
outside the shows of Nigeria would say, you know what, I have the followership, so I might as well not get to pay you, probably for some reasons. But then for those who are going to pay, I think it's very important for the company, Elon Musk and his team of managers, to also try to look very critically at in terms of the payment. I mean, maybe they should come up
sustainable.
Yeah,
$60,000.
It should look at it. Look at it.
Platform.
Celebrity is also getting their pages verified. There are lots of persons who want to get their pages verified on Twitter, across social media platforms, who are not celebrities. Will everybody be able to afford? Or is just like one of your products that is just for the elitist class? If that is the case, well, even the elites themselves do get tired.
1,800 Nigerian naira
every month.
A year.
Oh.
You're spending about 30 million naira to stay verified. No, we will not verify it. Let's leave it. Do you know what 30 million can do for each of their careers, no matter how, already rich they are? Or even if, take the likes of Davido, who have already been debauched, take that 30 million and see, really, Elon Musk?
Well, I do wish Elon Musk the best of luck, and I do hope this turned out well for him. But Elon Musk, you've got to reconsider the payment, and if you must stay on the business side, come on, you got to reconsider the amount of money you charge on a monthly basis. It's really on the high side, if I have to speak for myself and for lots of people around the world. I mean, we all want to get our accounts verified, but when you're asking us to pay $5,000. We have to break down that in Nigeria, man. I have to work for like
No, it's
I can't even try.
It's outrageous. Even when you say, because another conversation we are going to have in a year to sustain your celebrity status. Oh no, Elon Musk, you didn't think of the fact that you have Nigerians on that microblogging platform. Hey yo, we ain't gonna do business. But then I don't think we have a problem in its entirety that he wants to monetize that badge. But how much are we talking about monetization here? It may look like there's a little bit of what do we call it? Microblogging platform earnings. Oh my God! So you remember that we had this conversation a few weeks back of how much people are making via social media. I think I'm ready to change my trade. What's all this money about? What's all this content making energy and rigging in the millions every week or every month? So the other story we want to take is that comedian Sabinus says he's currently worth about 600 million. Ding dong.
Yeah, it's worth it. I mean, Sabinus has been one of the amazing brains in the comedy kids industry, and he's been doing an amazing, not really what I expected, but it's still on the high side, and it's a great figure. Side. Yeah, it's a great figure for him.
400 million more, and he's a billionaire.
He's a billionaire.
Yeah,
and he's definitely gonna make it there. I mean, it's worth it. It's just a way of saying talent pays, and talent is always gonna pay. I mean, God has said it already in the Bible, and in your bank statements. You begin to talk and sound like a big man.
Oh my God! It's really beautiful to see, though, because you're talking, if he does some more investments, and then this is the fact that you're looking at that they have endorsement deals, they have organization of the comedy that they do, and he earns. So imagine multiplying that into investment. Now these are things that Sabinus has also spoken about, that he's deliberate with his investments, knowing that there is a time that you are famous and there is a time that you will not always be famous. Now that you have the fame and you are cashing in on that fame, what exactly are you doing? You need to invest. And then he was talking. It was in a live, honest question session on his site, and then he was just answering these questions, mentioned the cars that he has and all of that. But estimated, he says, he's worth about 600 million plus investments, and other things in different places. This is good. But like we always say, I think I was also watching a particular video in the course of the week, and a content creator of 2015, but his big break did not come until 2019 and into the COVID-19 lockdown. That is when most of these people, Nigerians, were looking for ways to express themselves, and they found skit makers worthy of their attention. And that's where all of these millions have been coming in. So it's not that you just start, creating content today and tomorrow you're earning 600 million. Let's remove that quick fix and get rid quick fix, thing that young people have. There's a process that, comes with all of this.
Well, whoever thinks that content creation or the entertainment space is a get rich quick industry, I'm sorry, the industry for a long time. I'm like, yeah, I started way back 2005. I was like, you're a big boy. And I said, yeah, I'm a big boy. I'm a big boy. But on a very serious note, there is nothing good that comes easy. No money is made easy. Even the one that people say, ritual money, juju money, it doesn't come easy. So if you're thinking of doing ritual money, bro, sis, you're on the wrong juju to be on that list. I mean, you've got to have a product, you've got to have a service that you're giving that is constantly generating money. No snake, no juju, voodoo, nothing is going to bring you wealth and keep you sustaining that wealth. It's arrant rubbish, absolutely rubbish. So you got to move your mind out for it. And then if you're thinking about hammering, I know Nigerians, particularly the young guys and the young ladies, they always want to hammer, Yeah, it's good to hammer, it's good to be a hustler. But while you're hustling smart, hustling was put in place. Then you can hammer and then be able to hammer consistently, not hammer once and then disappear. Because when you hammer once,
spend it on your loss, drive a GLE 450, put it on Instagram that you have arrived. I think it's just basically about finding avenues to make investments, to keep birthing itself if you're going to stay wealthy.
Now, the way money works is a lot of people stumble on money and they think, oh, it's always going to be there. They forget that whatever brought you this money, you need to sustain it. And then you need to diversify. For every money you make, for every level of wealth you reach, there is an attendant responsibility, there is an attendant problem. For instance, somebody driving to, let me not mention brands of cars, but let's just say somebody driving a car that's worth 1.2 million is not going to spend the same amount of money maintaining a car that you bought for about 30 million naira. So I can take my 1.2 million vehicle down the road and have it fixed, but you cannot take your
sustain that
lifestyle. And that is not something that's going to happen overnight. It's something that you have to be intentional, you have to be deliberate in doing that. But it's beautiful to know that Sabinus has gotten to that point, and it's still a source of inspiration for others in that category. But here's another story that got my attention. So one big about him not being able to move around on stage because of his size and all of that, but he oftentimes just surprised us with his energy live on stage. So this time around, our boy Wandy Cool is about to give out his album release, new single, and particularly he's talking about the single titled Let Them Know. Now, I'm beginning to wonder, let them know, he's been out of the industry for a while now. So let them know, what is it going to picture? What's the picture is trying to pick? For me, I would say let them know, maybe probably look at retelling his story, what he's been doing all this while on the ground and what he hopes to do going forward in the music industry.
Well, Let Them Know is actually a love song that expresses Wanda Cole's desire to keep his love life private and low-key. When he decided to come back on the scene and he's telling us, stay out of my love life, Now, this particular single is released ahead of his album release. Remember that his album release was slated for the sake of the release of that album. He gave us a sneak peek into what the album has, and he brought us the Let Them Know song has been released as a single. And I mean, he's saying, y'all gotta stay on my love life, leave my love alone, let my love be private and low-key. Whatever reason made him to choose that as the first release. We have had like sanctions release.
One day they're gonna look into your matter, so
of
keep
course,
it cool.
It's a heartfelt and very poetic lined song, and I'm very sure that another thing that happens to people when you've been in the industry for a while and then maybe you took a step back, it's usually, sometimes it's said that it's hard for you to recoup your fan base, except you come back really stronger. And so genre of songs that we're expecting out of that. So let's just hope that, these songs, including Let Them Know, comes out and it's going to be a hit. I mean, who doesn't like love? We all love love, right?
Yeah, we all love love.
Let's see how this one helps us to love. And those of us who want to keep our love life private, maybe we'll find one or two lines in there that helps.
Okay. Well, for you guys who want to keep your love life private, it's beautiful. You can go ahead and
so you want to blow your love
but
life
some
up.
of us don't want to be celebrated in the dark, baby. We want to be heard. I mean, let them know that I'm your baby.
Let them know.
Hello.
Yes, because I think I have a problem with when you flash your boyfriend, your girlfriend, quote unquote, everywhere, and then maybe something happens, both of you now break up. You now got to sit down, you now got to sit on your Instagram handle and start deleting all the pictures that you...
No, but that is not really necessary. That's not really necessary. Now, there's this, okay, let me not mention, but there's this lady that trended in the year like 2 years ago when she got married. And then people started going after her for not deleting the only person I've dated in my life. So why should I go about deleting those things? I don't owe anybody. So these things are just as simple as it is. Now, our lives are in cycles. They're in stages. So if you're with me, you gotta let people know I'm your guy. I gotta let people go separate ways, and life goes on. I mean, if you're talking about flaunting your partner just in marriage, I mean, people are having divorce.
No, but we're not even talking about, when I'm saying flaunting, I'm not even saying, that there's a difference dating in secret and dating privately. Those are two different things. I can date you privately, and people around me, the core people in my life, know that I am with this person.
Yeah.
Not like when you're coming, they say, please remember that you are my colleague. And all
Oh
those kind of
God!
things.
Do people still do that?
Oh yeah, people do it every now and then. What are you talking? Nobody after both of you knows that both of you are together. Hello, what are you doing?
Oh my!
Excuse me.
Somebody's using somebody's head.
Skid away from
Somebody's
that.
using somebody's
but
head.
majorly, I think that's what like the whole let them know thing is wrapped around. But it's good to have Wanda Cole back on the scenes of music. We are anticipating his album, and let's see, that whole Wanda Cole vibe that used to be there, when he was on the scene. Let's see how it's upgraded and what plus he's added to that. But that's a big one on Wanda Cole. And then let us move to the part that happens. Race out on you. I still brought you movies to watch. You have public holiday. You had it on Friday. You're gonna have it on Monday. So the weekend is long. How you gonna spend it? You know what you want to spend it on? I brought you Nollywood. Say yup.
Yep.
So there are absolutely great movies to watch, and I think I'm really excited about this because you want to vote for this particular movie or this particular character in the movie. So we have a listing of nice movies that you can use to spend your long weekend. Should I allow you to do the first honors?
No, go ahead.
I feel good.
It's gonna sound sweeter coming from you.
Patronizer. Anyway, there's a long weekend alert, and there are movies that you should, Anyway, so Hollywood movies to watch. Have you seen The Kujus? I have, but this is The Kujus again. And someone is making his debut in acting. Guess who? Don Jazzy! Yeah, Don Jazzy is having his debut in the acting scenes on The Kujus again. Now, The Kujus is a family drama that just shows the secret lives of siblings and, relatives and all of that. But then we hear that Don Jazzy is in The Kujus again. What is Don Jazzy going to be doing there? I guess we have the trailers of these movies. I will just reel them out to you quickly. The Kujus again is a good watch that you can have this weekend. Then we come to The Wildflower. I think I saw the trailer for The Wildflower. I read up about it, and I think it's nice. It's just talking about the secret lives of three women, but we're looking at abuse. Now we cut across
different kinds.
We're engaged.
No, I saw it in before.
Thank you, fam. Thank you. It is Lily's wish that every member of this family be part of the planning. Dr. Martin, thank you so much for showing up.
As soon as you see the one you like, please let me know.
Charge of logistics. We accept the responsibility.
Only 5 million of Nigerian nairas for the wedding.
Baby.
All right.
Hi, please, can you move your car? You cannot just park in the driveway of a resort. Can you please move?
Why is she so angry?
Don't leave, don't go anywhere. We said it's gourmet. Gourmet is elaborate and aesthetic.
Where is the jollof rice and the eba and the amala and the yam that we all know?
Oh wow, insufficient fund.
If you find out about this, I am dead. They are going to kill me.
You think you had something to do with this?
But I will give you 24 hours to come up with my money. I'm sure you'll figure out something.
Please, what are you doing here? How do you just walk into someone's room just like that? I don't understand. Why would Margaret bring me to a place like this?
Ready for this?
Can you call MG?
My way. He's not picking.
I'm fucking now. What are you doing?
big trouble. Well, the countries again, they're going to be streaming in the cinemas from today. So one way to spend your holiday is go and see what Don Jazzy is doing in the movie. What?
I'm intrigued already.
I
mean,
really,
just
I'm
walking
telling
into
you.
somebody's house. Can you standing
I'm
up?
absolutely intrigued already.
No, I want to watch this. I seriously want to watch this.
All right.
But here, the story that touches my heart is this particular abuse story. And I'm thinking, you know, just looking at abuse from the men around them. It's just a typical everyday life story that we find around the environment. And somehow, I think, just like it's portrayed in the movie, part of the things or some of the things you find around women who find themselves in the same environment who are being abused, they just find a way of collecting around.
Gets like anyway.
So they usually would always come together and just maybe find a way of helping themselves out, but that help just oftentimes doesn't take them anywhere. So I'm wondering, can we get to a point where people who are abused don't just get connected for connecting's sake and trying to, oh, my sister, I'm going through the same thing, or oh, my sister, I'm having the same thing, or how do we go about dealing with it, but to actually taking actions.
But like the movie The Wildflower, right, is trying to portray this weekend. It's also important that we educate our female children, educate our boys also with regards to what abuse looks like. And sometimes you do not realize that at work you're getting abused. You're going there is a particular person here who was being abused at work. Now abuse cuts across relationships, cuts across all kinds of things. People are abused in all areas of their life. Wildflower is bringing you into these kinds of stories. So let's take a listen to the trailer.
Do you know that you are the sweetest woman I have ever had? And the sweetest woman I will always have.
One would hardly see any woman with a natural hair these days. All we have is bone straight hair, fake bum. Really? You're not a...
Speak up.
I want him to pay for nearly destroying my life. I want him to pay.
I can assure you she has no other option but to withdraw her statement and tender a public apology.
Things like this shouldn't still be happening. Every dog has its day.
No go better for your papa normally. I swear.
Tell her to drop this witch hunt of a thing and apologize.
Let's not make this any more difficult than it already is. You're out.
And you're a clown. I built this company with my blood and my sweat.
You will not make yourself a cover girl for rape victims.
Survivors, doctor, not victims. He knows what to say. He has so much swag.
See, I'm harmless. I now like you. Come and watch BB Niger.
On the said night, did you accept to collect money from the claimant? I told you, and you acted like you knew everything. I told you.
Objection, my lord.
Objection overruled. She seduced me. One thing led to another, and we had consensual sex. I'm harmless.
I want him to pay for nearly...
It can still be happening. Every dog has its day.
No go better for your papa normally.
I don't know. I must appreciate Nollywood. For me, I think they're awesome because I watch their movies a lot. And you're just thinking, you know how people usually say you keep dating the same persons but in different clothing? Because how do you leave the guy in the ghetto who's the same thing and come into the office and get attracted to an abuser? One way or the other, still fall prey. Like whatever it is in individuals that makes them fall prey to these things, my God, we just all need to fix ourselves before we
abuse our children. Will literally want to still get engaged or get entangled, except a few who have risen past that mindset. It's like the story of two children who had a drunk as a father, and one went ahead to become a drunk himself and the other one went ahead to become a successful businessman. Now it all depends on the perspective these people look at things. Most person would get used to, get accustomed to the fact and even believe that it helps to address those anomalies. So if there's anything we need, not just in Nigeria but across boards, the African continent, the whole wide world, is for persons who have been victim of abuse at one point or the other to understand that these abuses are not normal. They're things meted out by people who are not humane, people who have lost touch with their human part. And as a person, if you happen to be a victim of that abuse, you need to know that you deserve a lot better. You deserve to be treated right. If you're a woman, you deserve to be treated like a queen. If you're a man, you deserve to be treated like a king. So if you get to be in relationship with people who, by some conditioning of their past lives, have not been able to understand and fully grasp that, then you need to walk away. And then there's a need for us work environment, people in the church, people in our circles who we can talk to and who can help us navigate these different problems. If there is anything I've gotten to understand in my life, is that people who have been victimized, especially those who had suffered those victimization or those abuses as children, people who saw their mom being abused by their fathers, people who saw their fathers being abused by their mothers, they get to somehow tilt towards being in relationship with abusive men, with abusive women.
It's more like what they've always known, the norm. But then again, like I said, you need to unschool yourself, find a way to unschool yourself. Like Francis said, therapy and counseling is one way you can do that. There's education everywhere around us, evenly we're seeking, and there is help also, so that we do not sustain these circles around us. But yeah, great. I believe that the movie is going to end with a great awareness and great education in terms of the forms of abuses that are available all around us. So let's move. Now we're not going to stay on the next movie. The next movie, we've all had a share of what the thriller is, so we're not going to take the next thriller. But then, if you haven't seen Gangs of Lagos yet, you're still missing. You need to go see Gangs of Lagos. You need to go see Gang of Lagos. Yeah. Gangs of Lagos. But while you're at it, there's another movie you need to check out. That's In and Not. Yes, for Gangs of Lagos. On the screen, rather.
Yeah. Okay, maybe I just allow that. Okay, so for this little girl who was allegedly kidnapped as a child, at 3, she has to brace up and get to uncover and discover who her true identity is and what her life has been like. But that didn't stop her from having a wonderful life, being an adopted child. So it's all about finding your identity, finding yourself, getting to know your roots, and all of the hurdles that will come. And of course, we know the adopted parents will always want to interforce and all of that.
Okay, so let's take this particular thriller, and that will be the end of Solomon Grande on movies to watch this long weekend.
After 9 years of my life, and all you have to say is thank you.
The guy I bought it from said it can make all your dreams come true.
I wish for a better life.
Morning, Tega. Lovely day, isn't it?
I called you because I want you to have a talk with your father. Tell him to stop stalking me online.
I mean, clearly she's moved on with her life. You need to do the same. Do you have anything?
You have to.
Wait. And I don't do that often.
What? You don't go out on dates, or you don't date married men?
Oh no, the latter.
That's good, wonderful. Your fingers feel so good.
Daddy? What's wrong?
It's your father.
Oh my God, what happened? Did he?
Your father's unfollowed me on social media.
Really, Mommy? That's the problem?
Call the doctor! Call the doctor! Dominic, don't do this! Dominic!
I wish to return to one where I was happy.
That we have. Want to wish it away by our wand on our wrist. I wish I could have a better life, and then I'll just appear in the United Kingdom.
I wouldn't go there. I wouldn't go there.
Well, I like the UK.
Here in China.
You cuckoo look like Chico. You cuckoo look like Chico.
I'll be in China, man, and I'll go straight to the monastery. I'll let all those come food,
Look at you. Like, what's this movie? The Secret Lives of something. You don't know what the back ends.
Secret Lives of Celebrities.
You don't know what the back ends is like, and then you're just wishing, oh, I wish it were me wearing the bone straight. I wish it were me driving a Lamborghini. You wish it was you. you better calm down. Well, these are movies that you can see, enjoy yourself, educate yourself, laugh. There's a lot of comedy in the Kujus again. In Another Life has a sprinkle of comedy. So just relax. We got you covered, right? Well, find a place where you can get all these movies and enjoy yourself. But right now, we gotta rest. We gotta take a rest. We gotta chill it out. Music time, music time. Yes, it's been Rise and Shine. I'm bringing you a lot of good news, but it's time to shake it up. And when we return, we'll be bringing you more conversations on Rise and Shine. Just stay with us.
They say that when you lose your way,
as stipulated by the Constitution, we do not have a federal government police force. We have the Nigeria Police Force, which shall be administered, organized, and supervised by the Nigerian Police Force.
No, my lord, I want to say something. I want to say something here. Perhaps it might also enlarge the scope of people who should be invited here for examination. My lord, if we cannot find those who literally murdered Abiola, who are those people who could be said to be the beneficiaries of the deed?
Is this an adversary proceeding? It's not, my lord, but you can't be talking about cases which are in court. Is this an adversary proceeding? It's not, my lord. These cases are in court, my lord. I'm just reminding your lordship.
My lord, sorry, my lord, I think I'll be in cross examination.
Legally Speaking, a program that deals with legal issues and questions we face as citizens of this amazing country, Nigeria. Legally Speaking. Join us every
Friday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m.
for Legally Speaking.
One truth not often told is about the transformation that Africa has undergone in recent decades. Africa is shaping its own destiny and should be referred to as the African opportunity. On Spotlight Africa, we paint the African picture the African way, laced with truth, detail, and the color of the African continent. Join Uyai Anyekan every Tuesday and Thursdays at 4:30 p.m. Spotlight Africa, telling the African story.
Every day, we bring you up-to-date information on topical issues affecting the common Nigerian. From issues on politics,
Hello, Nigeria. I remain committed.
security, education, health, lifestyle, and so much more. Join Janice Kobum.
is the only one allowed by grossly abused. Our governors have to share police powers with the president as stipulated by the constitution. We do not have a federal government police force. We have the Nigeria police force, which shall be administered, organized, and supervised by the Nigerian police force.
No, my lord, I want to say something. I want to say something here. Perhaps it might also enlarge the scope of people who should be invited here for examination. My lord, if we cannot find those who literally murdered Abiola, who are those people who could be said to be the beneficiaries of the death of Abiola?
Rogers has linked you with some of the killings he did.
He never did.
He linked you with the attempted murder of Hebrew.
He did not. My lord, the matters council is leading the evidence in our matters. Is this an adversary proceeding? It's not, my lord, but we can't be talking about cases which are in court. Is this an adversary proceeding? It's not, my lord. These cases are in court, my lord. I'm just reminding your lordship. My lord, sorry, my lord. I think I'll be in court examination.
Legally Speaking, a program that deals with legal issues and questions we face as citizens of this amazing country, Nigeria. Legally Speaking. Join us every
Friday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m.
for Legally Speaking.
One truth, not
You rise and shine Saturday. Now that takes me to the question. I'm so glad you could stay tuned to Spectrum TV, and of course, you know we're coming to you live on Star Times DTH Channel 421, and you can also watch us across West Africa and some part of North Africa on your free-to-air decoder, and of course the frequency and polarization V frequency modulation is 3500, and of course we get to have this beautiful time with you. Yes, you know, when we have the opportunity of bringing you these stuff, bring to your notice. Well, for those who've been consistent, yes, I know you've been consistent, so you must have seen these artists that we will be unveiling at this point. He's been here before, but we didn't just have enough time. As my partner here would say, there's always, you know, time seems to always run out.
Yeah,
when
we
we
are
have
having better gist,
serious gist, like this confirmed gist, obonge gist. But we had to bring him back so that we can. I had to tell him, oh, guy, you have to come back. You promise. So you have to fulfill that promise.
Yeah.
All right, so join us and make welcome again for the second time coming live on Spectrum TV. And Nollywood veteran who has been a very phenomenal actor, producer, editor, amongst other things. I call him the Aquabum brand. Did I just say the Aquabum brand? Yeah, he's the Aquabum brand. Mr. Dan Chris.
At least now I can now bring my
Conversation
my home appliances so that I make this my home. So this is now my home.
Now you have it right away. I remember posting our pictures from the first time he came, and then I had people in my inbox be like, "Is that not Captain so from Tinsel?" I say yes. So you that watch, you're correct. Yes, you that watches it. That name you mentioned. Yes, he's the one. He's the one. Yeah, very correct. So yes, one of your Tinsel favorite characters. Yes, here he is. And you know, now we bring you the best of the best. We can't hate it. But yes, conversations around Nollywood, and it's so many things happening in your industry. What's big on your table?
Well, before I go there, I would say it's time for Africa. It's time for Nigeria to rise and shine. It is time for us.
Yeah.
So you out there, it is also time for you. Come support the show. Come support the station, because they're bringing you the best. You know. So back to Nollywood. You guys are doing amazingly. You know, I will appreciate you guys for keeping the station, you know, on air with your lovely presentations. You are here every other day. I mean, I spoke with Francis yesterday and he was on drug. It was almost out. He was not feeling well. And here, I mean, I came this morning. I was hoping to be talking to you. You know, we are in the part of the world where people hardly appreciate, you know, efforts. But I think if I don't have anything to give you this morning, I'm giving you my support, and I'm thanking you for making this happen for a lot of people who wake up to enjoy shows like this every morning.
Thank you. Thank you. We
I'm
feel
so
absolutely
touched.
like I have tears in my eyes. Like I'm absolutely.
Okay, so I hand over the baton.
I am absolutely
Do the crying
appreciating
today. I'm
You
not
know,
crying today, baby.
I'm absolutely appreciated because sometimes people don't realize how much work you put in, and we're not even saying just the presenters. You know, this is a day we can thank our CEO for keeping the station afloat. Like you
Yes.
rightly said, we are at a time where we want people to come in and do business. We do on Spectrum Television. One way to also say thank you is come do business with us.
Yes.
So that you will continue to see us
Oh
on
yes,
air.
yes.
So we feel absolutely appreciated.
I think they should, because a lot of people, you know, doing businesses here and having their outfit. Sometimes they have this money and they're looking for where to put it. This is the right place to be. On Spectrum TV. Come support the station, and your marketing could go.
Your
No,
interview
but true.
is done.
True,
I mean,
true. And of course, people behind you know, the cameras. You know, you are the faces. You know, so once the accolade comes to you, it trickles down. But of course, people behind are making this
great
happen.
men and women. Yeah.
Kudos to you guys. Kudos to you guys. And of course, the guy at the top.
All right,
Okay.
we get to see our sons and daughters who've made it, you know, to the point where you are, and then they're as much as passionate as about giving back to the younger generation and coming back to see how they can help others grow to be where you are. I think one of the most downgrading, or should I say, funny syndrome I've come to see in the state is the fact that we do not appreciate our own. We do not appreciate what part of Pabio. We rather would watch our own struggle and suffer, and then when by a stroke of God's grace and by a stroke of luck or by sheer diligence and consistency, they've been able to make it to the international scene, to the global scene. That's when we now say, oh, I can, you know, that is our own. But when we have the opportunity to see this talent at the boarding stage, to invest in them and give them the opportunity to, you know, get to where they're headed in a serious note, everybody shies away. The next person don't want to. Why do you think men will support you? The thing when once you as a young man have made money, you want to struggle the young girl in the streets with them, and it's very very shallow sentiments that, you know, people get to share. So I appreciate you for the job you're doing, for what you're doing consistently, coming down and trying to connect with, to, you know, compete favorably with our contemporaries out there. So congratulations, and I do hope that, you know, as we go forward, the producers here would have a lot more spirit of togetherness, of collaboration, so we can have, you know, quality content being pushed out from Akwa Ibom State.
Yeah, you see, this what you have just said is a plague that I think we need the Moses rod to beat out of Akwa Ibom. You know, and we cannot but we'll keep talking about it. In fact, yesterday I just said to myself, if I have to be on TV, on radio every other day, every other week, until it gets into the ears of our people, that we really need to wake up. We really need to start doing things. You know, I hear BBC Maggie, lot of talents. I mean, see those Ugandan ghetto kids. Each time I watch that clip, it brings tears to my eyes. That's the possibilities. We have our own Ugandan kids here in Akwa Ibom. We have talents that are waiting to bring the world under the surface of the earth. This young talent, they've been everywhere. They've been in France. They've been and there are talents like that in Akwa Ibom that when you put your money down to support, it comes apart from the grace and the love of God you will get as an extra. You know, there's a lot of money. Pastor Goody yesterday, you know, he's someone I've always been supporting, and he's been in the studio. He just said, bros, see some of the things I'm doing. I mean, I listened to what he has just produced. He has 3 different singles, and I was just looking at him. The same exact Pastor Goody I knew 15 years ago is the same Pastor Goody I'm still seeing. Bundle up. You know, I could see, I don't know if you remember in those days of Shabarang and Maxi Priest. Shabarang and you know, Pastor Goody can sing both with both voices. you know, as an artist, and you'll be looking, I mean, one take, you have the kind of support he needs. I mean, Burna Boy, this he can before you know, he will be at the Grammys. I believe so, because he has talent.
He has what it takes.
But because you don't do this and then go home to pay your landlord with free things. You don't tell her, oh, I did a free show. I mean, please just let me live in your apartment for another 1 year or 2 months for free. Patching garages, under soccerways, and the rest of them. Bring out this money, support talent, support programs like this, and let the world come to Akwa Ibom. You know, so I can stop. It's been a for the talents that are here, and see how well I can also give back. Well, I wasn't giving anything, but that does not stop me from giving back. I know I had to struggle. My journey, I'm making a movie out of my journey, but I can't stop supporting our own, and I think we all have a stake in making it happen.
Yeah,
you know,
I believe that, you know, some people are, you know, like trailblazers. Even if you had it difficult breaking the grounds for yourself, it doesn't mean that you have to come back and be that kind, you know, that same way. Or else we will not even develop the Akwa to the kind of video this week. And then someone is saying you have this talent in your state, but you rather use millions to import those same quality, or even sometimes less. Even sometimes lesser, you import them to come and do events for you in your state, just so that you do not pay an artist, you know, in your state that same amount of money. When it comes to artists in your state, you will now put them together, give 300,000 that they should be shared across 70 people. Yeah, shared across them, 20,000, 10,000, 50,000. But you're bringing others to your state with a beg 5 million.
And give them VIP treatment. It will. Lancelot has been here a couple of times, and he comes back to Lagos and says, "Oh, your state, so much money. What are you doing here? Why are you not going? I've been there. I've gotten this. I've gotten that." I'll be looking at him. You know. So I think going forward, the incoming government need to know that there is need to support our own better than how we've been treating others, because we bring. I mean, Desmond has been here many times. Uche Jobo has been here. Mona Lisa has been here. They've benefited more than even those who are in the entertainment business in Akwa Ibom. I'm sorry to say, but it's the truth. You know, going forward, I expect that our entertainers need to be well catered for, so that they can also stand shoulder to shoulder with this artists, that the so-called artists that we bring from the outside and pay huge money, give VVIP treatment. I mean, it just has to. I mean, we're not fighting, but we just need to bring this to your attention that we need to be treated better. And they were like, "Oh, are we? Let's look at this artist." I said, "No, whatever artists you are looking out for, in other clients, we have them here. Imamaji and whoever, we have a Liz Benson, you know, who is one person that can play all those roles. We have. I mean, I may not be able to remember their names. We have David Francis here. I'm willing to go. All they need is a platform. How did Bishop,
came into existence? Now, that's a story. You know,
it's a different. You understand? He was never given the opportunity, and God just decided that this is your time. And the person who was supposed to have played that role didn't show up to help others. Because you must, as a matter of fact, support others to grow.
And you know, Mr. Chris, it's not just about the entertainment industry. I think part of the conversations I've been meaning to have with a lot of people, which of course, particularly people from government shy away from, is the fact that you're having an event in Akwa Ibom State that is to speak to Akwa Ibomites, and you have media houses in Akwa Ibom that are being treated with the least part of respect. You have media brands who are doing excellently well, but who planned event, and without taking care of the people at home, would focus attention outside the home. And then you ask questions. These media houses you go to bring outside, are they the ones who would lead you to the very grassroots of the people that you need to reach out to?
At all.
it's a plague that is surrounding all
affairs,
all things of our lives.
Our life. In fact, you know, one good thing about me as a person, I cut across every like profession, more or less. Like, shocking, what you're saying was exact. I mean, the exact word for word what conversation I had with. There's a certain man called Akpandem James. Akpandem James is a veteran journalist, reputable journalist, and he's doing conference, the national conference, Confab, if you remember, during Jonathan's time.
Yeah, Confab.
He was a major player in it. He's one man that has done so much. When you talk about journalism, he's been in Punch, he's been in Concord, he's been in, you know. But they will bring one young, probably a newbie from one of these newspapers outside who is even not in, who is a
not in his class,
and then there'll be a chauffeur-driven car waiting for him to pick him at the airport, straight to the hotel, well catered for until he leaves.
But
so
why do we have this as a problem in our climate? Because really, people in other climes, this is not how they react.
No.
The Westerner will, the Northerners, the same thing. Who did this to us? Because I'm trying to imagine, how did we originate as a people that we have become a brand that doesn't stick together?
Okay, you know what I quickly would say is my answer to that? Quite a number of people have not crossed Ikodopene to Aba. They started school, primary school, secondary school, probably university here, and whatever they have gained had been from here, so they are not exposed.
You
So
think
it's
exposure?
I think it's exposure. Now, when we come from Lagos, we back home, and that's exposure. Understanding that we do things differently. Like, I know what I'm having to go through, trying to get people to understand that things must be done this way. They're like, anybody who wants to come and lord over us, rather than we are coming to see how we can rub minds together and put, you know, make things better. So I think that first is the and they can't help it. People from Lagos will keep coming to Akwa Ibom, and I'm happy so far that he's beginning to, you know, the influx of Lagos is beginning to rub off positively. You may not see it now, but of course, even from, and of course, it will change. You understand? I know it's difficult. It's like hitting the wall, but it will change. I think for me, it's the exposure. Now, I love what you people are doing. You're showing programs and showing events and things that are happening outside of Akwa Ibom, and they are watching. People are gleaning from it. People are learning from it, and they will want to be like those people. So they would have no choice than to accept those who are coming and say, okay, they say in Namdi, how do we do it? How do we get this done? And it will gradually, you know, because, and that's the reason why, in as much as I wouldn't like to say it, there's a lot of evil in the land because people are so wicked to one another. Why? Because they've not seen the bigger picture. They've not gone out. I mean, I've had the opportunity in my growing up days as a dancer. I mean, those kids reminded me as a dancer because I started off as a dancer. I traveled Nigeria, I traveled Africa dancing, and I could see, you know, the first night I was at Sheraton, if I have achieved, I am still like, I have not, because I know that, yes, I've enjoyed Sheraton and the rest of them in Nigeria. I mean, there's Hawaii.
Their places.
You know, I schooled in California. I mean, it was a different, you know, perspective. I know that needs to get me to that place. I'm not seeing you as an enemy, but I'm seeing you as a partner in my journey to where I want to go. So with that kind of perception, you know, it's easier for me to relate with you with an open mind. Okay, you're trying to even see how you could negotiate with him. He drives off. You know? People are not patient. And
you ask, why did he come out
to work
for business?
You understand? I've been schooling anywhere I go to school. I said, let this, I'm sorry to say, you have 29. Go, Sheila. If you don't want to buy, go. We shouldn't be. That's why the Igbo man will always make it in business. Because if you get into an Igbo man's shop, you must buy. Anyhow, if you no get him, brother gets.
Yeah.
That brother get. He must have like 3 or 4 different shops. That is how we should begin to dissuade people from seeing Akwa Ibom as house help, house boy. You know, back then, during the entire era. His Excellency, former governor. And it's like now that we have gone off from seeing ourselves as in the Tofo. Now we are, the pride has so like we have arrived. We never arrived. We still have a long way to go to. So Akwa Ibom, please, let's calm down, you know,
and make investments in ourselves.
Yes, in ourselves, in our environment. You know,
several conversations to have around this, but I know I want this to rest so that we can get into other things. But then there's also the part where it feels like all those, because you said exposure is a key factor, but then sometimes we have people that are exposed, and instead of lived outside these climes, we see that if you could walk into an office and meet a fellow Calabar man, quote and unquote, and you wouldn't even speak their language.
Man, or if man,
they won't even speak their language with you. They want to speak English, and then sometimes when you go trying to be like, oh, but I'm your brother and your sister, see the name, and they're like,
official.
They want to make terms with their brother. But we are saying, even when we say we have Akwa Ibomites that are exposed, I've had a senior uncle who said he goes into offices and see Akwa Ibomites act that way, and that's the end. He would just leave you because he believes if he goes,
see a lot of them do that. I mean, I will tell you, at least by my age, if I come to your office and I talk to you, I will school you. If you like, be whoever you are. I do that, you know, and I will leave. Now, of the seat. So in both ways, you help an Akwa Ibom person. He comes into the office. He's trying to outsmart you. He's trying to outdo you. He's trying to get you off your seat. So sometimes you see them react that way because they have to safeguard that seat, so that a fellow Akwa Ibom person will not come and take them off where they are.
And Chris, this is a cry for social
on air. And I'm saying to him, please, you need to use such programs as an opportunity for people's minds to be reorientated. Wow. We need serious orientation. In fact, the incoming government should have a place at the secretariat, you know, for the minds of Akwa Ibomites. Wow. Because once this mind is captured positively, Akwa Ibom will turn on the side.
Okay, let's do a conversation that we left off the last time you were here. Yes. We're talking about having the Akwa Cross Ibom channel on DSTV.
Yes, please.
That was a big conversation for us. So we're talking about creating content, having movies, having skits done in our local dialect that we can have streamed, you know, on all these satellite dishes around the world, like, you know, people in other clans have. And you were listing certain factors that have gotten in the way and where we are with them in the pipe.
If we set our minds to it, I mean, if the government, because it's for that to happen, we need, I would say government, because right now we all look up to the government for things like this to be made possible. I am praying. Last year, because I don't just want to talk the talk, I also want to find ways of looking for how we can get these things done. And by His grace, I think I got Bank of Industry to be interested. Okay. And for an agency as Bank of Industry to come into Akwa Ibom, and monies are there for people to have access to these SMEs, a lot of businesses will open up. There will be more money and there will be less concentration on the government. So that for example, we want to do this, 2, 3, 4 TV stations can come together, hope on the government, because they have the capacity to make this happen. My only concern too is that Akwa Ibom decided to want to talk against it, because I saw there was a lot of backlash. Why is that the only thing that Akwa Ibom needs and all that? Look, for an economy to be a thriving economy, the world must see what Jesus is key to me as a brand. Because if I don't talk, you don't hear. Now, a lot of you can know that there's a Dan Chris who is from Akwa Ibom, who is a brand. And tomorrow you might want to do something and say, oh, you call this station and say, how can I get to that? That's the power of the media. You know, so if we're not on platforms that other people around the world can see, nobody will come here. And I've been selling Akwa Ibom brand in the last 1 month. Akwa Ibom is the most peaceful state. Mondays, you don't even go anywhere in the Igbo states. But here, you do business and you go home and you sleep well. Even the last election, I mean, almost zero violence It has never happened. So we have a lot to sell to the world. We can't be doing it with just sitting down here and not letting the world know. So it's a noble thing. I pray that the government would, once they get into office, take the advantage of getting Akwa Ibom on DSTV. I mean, it might be any of the stations, but we need those platforms because everybody in Africa and beyond have access to, platformers. Singular opportunity to put Ibibio FX channel on DSTV, but we lost it because the people here refused to release their content. We have content. Here, there's a lady. I can't remember. Spec something. She does something in Anang. She's doing well on Facebook. There's Uboekpa Plaza, Mbarawa Plaza. That what do they call himself?
Local man.
Local man. Local man is going places. I mean, he didn't get the support when he started, but I mean, if you check his thing, he's making it. So we have people like that who are looking for a platform. But for me, they should engage their phones. It's not just for texting and going to porn sites. Engage your phone. That phone that you have is a station, it's a TV station, it's a radio station. Sell yourself.
Okay.
Now, you said something about selling ourselves, but it still goes back to something that we had to talk about.
Okay.
Now, a lot of people have content, but this content are not quality. Back far gone are those days creative. So part of the things we've talked about is the fact that, like you've said, a guy is here. They could have an idea, but lack the wherewithal to fine-tune that idea and make it capable of competing with other content. So there is need for education. So what are you doing in that regards? And how do we even begin to conscientize our minds as a people to know that it is not just enough for you to have a content?
Even the young men and women, that are creating content, outside of Akwa Ibom and are making it big. Most of them did not have people train them. They got trained by YouTube. They got trained by asking Google. Microphone like this that I have here, it's very cheap, under 5, 6, 7,000. You can buy that, plug it to your phone, get some beautiful lights, and record your content, and you're out there. First, you have to have the mind that what I want to create, that I want to sell, needs to travel, because the more your content can travel, the more mileage, the more fan base, the more money you make. You know that some of these content creators are cleaning out every 29th of every month. Every 29 they are cleaning out. They are spending dollars. They are making dollars and spending dollars.
I mean, Sabinu said he's worth over 600 million.
Yes. Even as small as McAngel and the young girl, what's her name again? Emanuela. Even though she didn't own the brand, but she has made something out of those little things we take for granted. That's why I see now everybody, is on when you upload your content and you watch others, that you'll be forced to improve on your content. So the when you talk about improving on our content, it's a gradual process. We'll get there. Because people are watching and seeing other things that people are creating, they want to, push their own brand,
government engagement and other things like that. But let's do a little bit of conversation around your industry. I saw a particular article that really reached out to my mind. I was thinking, Samson Malaki was talking about this bottle flip challenge, where you see people keep food and stuff on the table and then want you to flip bottles and peek. And then he was saying that he believes that bottling companies can seize this trend and bring in something for themselves, even if it's financially, just cashing on it, or push a narrative. Where I saw Pastor Nathaniel Bassi doing Yekon, Leke Adeboye, people in those classes flipping bottles. I'm like, this flipping bottles in serious, and I'm planning to do it in my house this weekend with my mother. Okay, but then he's saying that he believes bottling companies can cash in on this. Several thoughts to that. First of my thoughts was, okay, this is a break them to do something about it.
My dear Uyai, pitching it to companies or bottling companies to come support or sponsor things like that,
Forcing a host to drink.
You know,
Okay.
most companies hardly would support any idea until it becomes big, until you work so hard at it. So it, just like what we're talking about Akwa Ibom, it's not just Akwa Ibom alone. Even in Lagos, you have ideas. You go to a bank or you go to a company and say, "This is a great idea. You've done your business plan and how you intend to money." You know, so I prefer the young man talking about it, probably to get their attention. That's the only way to go about it. You know, for me, that is going, the bottle flip challenge now is going viral.
Yeah.
You know, people now are beginning to, oh, I can put my money there. But I would
Something else I was thinking, this information is out there now. You're going to have other business people try to run with it.
You understand? So that whoever that is going to want to take advantage of it will pay.
Well, I like to believe he must have done due diligence to that. I mean, the entertainment industry, we know that it's very important for you to have your things patented so that people don't get to take it.
Sadly, not many people. Not many people. But unfortunately, like I said, I just wish that brands, well, I mean, there was a program, Sagdara, that Pastor Goody did. I know how we went around looking for sponsors. Ask, what can we do? How can we be a part of it? But why can't you be a part of a process that is just
Budding.
Why are we always waiting to, you know, until when someone becomes a celebrity or a brand, or when something becomes popular, you're not cashing on it. So that's
And I think people respect you more when you are part of their growth process.
That's what is done. That's what's done elsewhere.
MVCA's 9th edition is coming.
Yes.
Lots of nominations, lots of newbies on the block. Also, what's the expectation around that?
Well, AMVCA has been a platform for a lot of artists to showcase their talent, and a lot of, even especially those behind the cameras, you know, they are making something worthwhile after being showcased by AMVCA. We won like 5 last year.
Oh,
I know you. I one of the producers of Amina, the movie on Netflix. Yes, you know, so it's a platform that is really putting us out there. Sadly, it's owned by people from South Africa. Yes, it's not us, but they know that it's always a place we, as those in the film business and TV business, always look out for. And this year we have more content. You know, writers are being celebrated. You know, cinematographers are being celebrated, and it's something I wish we could have our own AMVCA in Akwa Ibom.
That's like for we'll get there.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. I'm most expectant of having an Ibom TV on out there.
Yes.
Where we can, like you said, I think even for foreign direct investments, when people see the sights and scenes from your state, then they can determine whether they want to come there. For the longest time, we've had conversations.
So Thompson Young is a lecturer in University of EU who has the Ibom Theatre and Film Festival every year. That's another area people should look at, you know,
theater,
because festivals. He is on a platform of world festivals, or what do they call them now, conveners, and that is putting Akwa Ibom on the map. You know, so I think we should also look in that direction.
Okay, so are we expecting to see you on the red carpet on May what? I think it's May 20th for the AMVCA.
For the AMVCA, of course.
So I'm going to ask, who is designing your outfit for?
I don't do design. I do my local thing. I might even tie a rapper that day. What do they call that? And I go to it. Then I will let them know that it's
Akwa Ibom. Oh my God! All right.
We need to celebrate Dan Chris. We need to celebrate him. It's been such a great delight, having this conversation with
before
you
today.
Celebrate
me, what can I do to have this open seat that both of you have? I've been looking at you and admiring.
Big thank you to Dan Chris, who is himself a veteran actor with multiple works to his credit, which includes popular what do we call it now, character in a soap opera Tinsel. That's the one I like to make noise about. Yeah, and he's one of the minders in the movie Amina on Netflix. one of our illustrious sons making the Kwabin proud and standing in the gap for us. We appreciate your time and Spectrum. To move it to add to the long weekend list, right? Okay.
Definitely.
So, but this is definitely all that we can take today. It's been a good ride. I've had to laugh. Those children, their video got me teary.
Yeah, and I've had to almost cry, but I had to leave that for her today.
Wow, we want to say a big thank you to every part of our audience today, our production crew, everyone who's made this possible. A big thank you to you. Everyone who keeps tuning into Spectrum Television, sending us your review, calling us on our calling shows. We absolutely appreciate you. We do hope that you have a very great weekend. My name is Uyai Aniaka. Bye-bye.
And I am Francis Adet. Do enjoy the rest of your weekend. Don't forget to follow us at spectrumtv.ng. Follow all of our socials. And personally, Oyima Francis.
Yeah, so follow me on my personal social media handle on Instagram.
I'm Dan Kusibi, also signing out. Have a great weekend.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Okay, now I actually appreciate this look better.
You Rise and Shine Saturday.
Now that takes me to the question.